living now. You gotta pay the toll when you cross this road. Earn my name, yeah, I paid that cost. From the mud to the crown, never sold my soul. Say it back when I shouted. Pay the toll. You gotta pay the toll. Yeah, pay the toll. Rain on my collar, boots on stone. Came up broke, but I stood 10 toes. No shortcuts where I'm from. Only weight, only work, only bones. Coins clink loud in my pocket. Sound like truth when they hit that floor. They want shine but don't want scars. I was built in the long way around. No luck handy. I took my lane. Every wing got a little pain. Try to cross without respect. Hear that bell? Yeah, that's your name. You gotta pay the toll when you cross this road. Earn my name, yeah, I paid that cost. From the mud to the crown, never sold my soul. Say it back when I shouted. Pay the toll. You gotta pay the toll. Yeah, pay the toll. Up lights low, bass too loud. Whole room moving, I walk through now. Old world blood in the new world suit. Still don't bend, still don't bow. They want keys, but it's here that lock. Want the view, but it dodge that climb. I don't speak unless I mean it. Every word got a price on mine. Stop, stop. I don't owe you space, I don't owe you grace. If you step this line, better come correct. You gotta pay the toll when you cross this road. I'm my name, yeah, I paid that cost. From the mud to the crown, never sold my soul. Everybody shouted. You gotta pay the toll. Oh, yeah, pay the toll. Oh, don't bet. Big down way. You want this life. Pay the toll. Oh, don't bet. Big down way. You want this life. Pay the toll.
What's happening, everybody? It's your man DL Saint, man. Welcome. I really want to know podcast. Shout out to Lost in Translation podcast, man. That's the music I normally start the shows with. Now I'm gonna end the shows with. Now I'm just trying to support my brother over there doing great things, man. And tell me that song right there, that for real. Tell me you couldn't see that, envision that on a Disney or Pixar film. You got some character like a troll character or like a, I don't know, a turtle or a frog or something that's guarding the bridge. You got to pay a toll. You could just see him going into that whole song. I'm telling you, man, I'm not gonna stop until I get my man into a room and get him into the room where you know, things might happen. I would love that brother's music featured in somewhere doing something. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see it. It's gonna happen. How y'all feeling, man? Happy what is it? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm DL Saint. This is that Really Want to Know podcast, man. We're gonna talk a little bit more about coffee dates. I got a comment today. I was gonna do a show about something a little different, but then I got this comment. I'm like, you know what? Let's talk about coffee dates again, because this comment is very cool. I think we should look into it, and it really breaks down the whole thing that we talk about, man. So and we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed, man. So shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? We about to get this popping. We gonna do what we do over here. You know, we got Brother Mike on the building, man. What's happening? Good to see you. Even to you, man. I can't wait to get down to Miami again. They'll probably be in the summer soon. Well, maybe even spring break, but definitely during the summer when my daughter's out for the summer. I'll definitely get down there and holler at you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got to break bread, grab a drink or something. And as you know, when I come down there, I will be in Brickell. That's where you can find me. When I'm in Miami, I'm in Brickell. And it's like 80% of the time, 75% of the time, I'm probably at the W in the Icon. But I'm somewhere in Brickell whenever I'm down there. I'm somewhere in Brickell. But yeah, man, these coffee dates, it's kind of crazy. To me, it makes sense. But it's a lot of folks out there who are just used to doing it the old way, and people are entrenched with, the Hollywood dating narrative, the fairy tale narrative that's out there, like, that Disney fairy tale narrative, and guys taking, women that they don't know out to expensive dates is part of that, man. I don't spend a lot of time in Wynwood. I don't, but I'll pull up every now and then, but I don't spend a lot of time in Wynwood. If I'm in South Beach, I'm just there to eat. I'll go to like a lot of the restaurants that I like to go to or on that side. But man, I just really enjoy Brickell, man. I just walk around. You'll just see me, you'll catch me, man, just walking around. I really like walking around Brickell Key or just walking around the water line right there behind the Icon. I like it down there, bro. I'll be living there in a couple of years, man. Less than 2 years, I'll be living there. But this dating thing, man, it's with this technology, we get to hear what everyone's saying. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it, man. I mean, it is what it is. We got the last good man in Jersey in the building. What's good, fam? Thanks for stopping by, bro. Always a pleasure to see you, man. When's your next trip across the pond, man? Because last good man in Jersey, he'll be taking his trips over there and having great experiences with amazing women. And we'll definitely be talking about that some more. That's definitely a topic. How guys are just leaving America to go have these experiences with women in other countries, the Philippines, Thailand, Colombia, Brazil. And then over to Europe, Eastern Europe. I've heard a couple dudes. I had some guys tell me, talking about Spain, talking about France. And when those guys talk, I know, this dude know what he's doing. It's crazy when I hear the passport bros talk. They don't do a lot of talking about, they talk about Eastern Europe, but they won't talk about Western Europe. They won't talk about France, Spain, Portugal, UK, Germany, which I find hilarious. Like, why don't y'all go over there? Well, it's too much like America. Oh, because you don't have any game. You don't know how to maneuver. Too busy going over there paying all that money. You know what I mean? Taking them out on real expensive dates for the first date. That what you're doing? Instead of taking them out for a coffee or ice cream or a smoothie or a salad or a walk. You know what I mean? Then you go to Scandinavia and women are taking you out. So that's another thing too. It's like, yo, passport bros, how come y'all ain't all over Scandinavia, man? Like women over there, but they trying to take you out. But again, the dudes don't have enough game where women want to approach them. It's crazy. Brother Michael, like DL, would you consider having another child in the future, or are you done with kids? I'm done with kids, bro. I'm not. Nope. No more. No more. First of all, I'm too old. Secondly, I'm not trying to go through, potentially go through the nightmare that is the family court system. If you get you a decent person, you find yourself a good woman, and you guys handle like grown-ups is cool. But if you wind up with the wrong woman or someone who's easily influenced, they can go in there and use that family law system, as a weapon against you. So, and I tell our guys, like, look, you're thinking about having kids, man, you really want some paperwork up front for that too, although the court will probably throw it out. The video that, This Is Sean I did, like, definitely check that out. If you're thinking about having kids, man, because you've asked me a few times about me having kids, I'm thinking like you wondering, kids are amazing. I would encourage all men to reproduce. Like, I would encourage all men to do that. Now, having said that, you got to understand that there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of things that could go wrong. So this is why you need understanding. This is why you need to be gamed up. So when you do go out here and you meet women, you're trying to find that woman, which, that it shouldn't be about just having a kid. It should be about finding that woman that's just going to help you raise your child. It's going to be, a good woman is going to be able to contribute to all that. That's all part of the game. And you need to have that awareness and that, that knowledge. Because if you don't have that game, if you go in, got your, your nose wide open, you just let your emotions out too soon. You don't even know who you have, who you're dealing with. You have no idea what's on her mind. And I'm telling you, man, I don't think it's a lot of women. I don't know what percentage of women are out here using the family law system as a weapon, but there are women who do it. And the courts, even the court system is in the business to get money. They don't really care about what's in the child's best interest, to be honest with you. They don't care. All they want is money. They can keep one parent away from the child. They can charge them the max money. And just like Shaw was saying, like, it's a lot of we put a lot of shorts out on this. But just like Shaw was saying, like, they're just sitting there trying to say, look, how much money we were able to get from this order, how much money we were able to get out of this parent. So give us more money, daddy government, for our budget next year. Is really a play, is crazy. And you have to take that in consideration. Now, if I were to have another child, more likely I'll be dealing with the woman in another country. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. I'm like, you're going to have another kid? Like, certainly not in America. Right? Certainly not with an American, like under these rules. Not doing it. And if I were to have a kid, I would definitely do it in another country. And I would live in that country and I would raise that child in that country with that woman. That's what I would do. I guess it's a package deal. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Ain't never too late for us, man. 43 don't mean nothing. 43. I mean, bro, Brother Michael's saying I will be 43 in July. I feel like having kids and marriage, of course, without the government involved, it's like Russian roulette. It can be, man. Like it's the whole risk reward thing. And I'm here to tell you, bro, the best job I've ever had in my life. And trust me, I've had a lot of jobs, but the best job I ever had is being a father, man. I really love it. I love being a father. I love it when my daughter's excited about something. I love it when she's learning. I love it when she messes up, when she bumps her head, she makes a mistake and she comes to me. I love it when she's doing her thing and she gets stuck and she'll come running and ask, what should I do now, man? I love that. I love that. Even when she knows she's doing something wrong, she'll know. Like, she'll come to me, like, we're going through something now. And she'll come to me and I'll tell her, like, this is what you should do, but it's your choice. It's your money. Do what you want. It's your choice. So she ran out and did something, and now she's, dealing with it. And I'm like, okay, like, I told her how I would do it. Like, I would do it this way. I would save a little bit more and I would do it this way. You're doing this way. You're trying to cut corners, but when you cut corners, you're making some potential sacrifices here and you have no recourse on the back end. So, it's just, I ain't mad at you, bro. I say become a child. Become a child. I say become a father. I say become a father, man. But there's a lot of work. You got to find the right one. You have to do your due diligence. You have to vet. You have to do all that stuff, man. And here's the thing. You can do all those things perfectly. Perfectly. You have your inner circle involved. So that's not just you, but it's your people, the people you trust, people that love you. They're looking out for your best interest as well. Run her through them. And they're saying the same thing. Like, yep, she's good. She's the one, bro. Go ahead. You should be with her. And then, you vet for 2 years and you do everything that you read and people had suggested you do. And she's been right there with you. You guys get together, you have a kid, you're doing the damn thing. And then 5 years down the road, 7 years down the road, she decides she don't want to be with you no more. And you can find yourself in family court. That's just the game. That's how it's played, right? It's like football, man. You play football, you're going to get hit. Just like that, bro. So, and what you do is you just do the best you can to mitigate those risks. But don't go run away and hide. Like, if you really should become a dad, if that's really what you want to do, man, you should do that. But just figure out a way to circumvent the back end. And if you have the right woman and she knows those are your concerns, because you're going to share those concerns with her, bro, she might tell you, like, yeah, let's do a prenup. She might tell you right off rip, yeah, let's discuss what happens if this thing goes sideways. Let's talk about how we're going to take care of our child. This is what I'm looking for. What are you looking for? Write all that up. A judge can throw it away, but if it's done properly and if it's done without duress and, it's done by lawyers, it's going to be hard for a judge to dismiss that. It's going to be real hard. And the judges can't always get money. Like, sometimes you get into situations like, yo, this is what we agreed on. This is what we're doing. The judge can't just throw it out and force you to pay money. Yeah, you guys are already discussed that. And or man, go out here, get your game right, man. Get you one of these rich women. Go ahead and find you some girl who's in her mid-20s and upwardly mobile and like on her way to become partner before she's 35. Get her, because she's gonna want kids too. Get her. You got a woman who's making tons of bread. She might be sitting on $2-3 million and she done did everything right. And get her. And then worst case on the back end, she got to pay you child support if you decide to involve the government. So, I mean, there are different ways to do it. But I really encourage you, man, if that's, what I'm saying, what you're trying to do, man, go out there, but be careful, man. Don't rush yourself. Don't think because I'm 43, man, I'm about to be 43 and then I'll be 44. And before you know, like, hey, yo, Saint, if I Vader for 2 years, man, I'm gonna be 45. And then another year before we had a kid, I'll be 46. And don't do all that. Like, don't worry about that. You're a man, you can have babies, but you got sperm, bro. You good. Just make sure you go through the proper process. Make sure you vet. Make sure you know who you're dealing with, and make sure you know what the potential outcome can be. I'll just say that. Don't rush it. That's what I did. When you rush it, you begin to ignore things. You're like, oh, that's not that bad. Or, I've seen worse or whatever. I can change her. And if you're saying those things in the beginning, you're wrong. That's the wrong one. Then your family will be telling you like, nah, man, she's shady. Your homeboys will be like, yo, I used to see her all the time, man. Little shorty used to be, I see her live all the time, man. Little shorty, yo, I think I saw her with so-and-so. Like, yeah, she used to smash this dude over here. And yeah, she was doing this over there. And listen to your homies. Right? Listen to like your real homies. I ain't talking about just the dudes you kick it with, but listen to like your guys, man, y'all got a relationship with. You know what I'm saying? Like if my man Jay Swans or my cousins tell me something about somebody, I listen. I'm like, I gotta listen. I can't even dismiss what they saying. Like they ain't gonna bring this to me unless it means something, right? So don't ignore your people. Don't ignore your process. Stick to your process. If you're trying to have a child, that's the way to do it. And it's gonna take time. I say 2 years to vet any woman, man. 2 years, even if you know her. Even if you know her. Yo, we went to high school together. Yo, we went to college together. Like, that was a while ago, man. She done changed. You know what I'm saying? Still be vetting, bro. Start vetting day one. As soon as you see her, start vetting. Start paying attention to what's going on. And most of all, man, keep your emotions in check until you know she's the one. I'll leave it there. You know what I mean? I'll leave it there. All right, Brother Michael's like, another thing, if I had kids from a woman, she has to be young, no 30 and up. Yeah. You can do that, man. Get your game right, get your money right. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are plenty of young women who do want to have families, man. They're out there, especially down in Miami, bro, especially down in Miami. There are women out there down there who are 100% on board with getting their family going. So ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just make sure that you guys are compatible. Don't get a woman who's too young and she has a long play, right? She's like, okay, I'm gonna have your baby so I can get half of whatever you have, get half of your pension and get all this child support and alimony. And then I'm going to go get Bobby over there who I've had a crush on since 3rd grade. Like that could happen. So be careful of that. I'm not saying it does, just be careful of it. So this is all part of the game, man. It's all about the knowledge. Just figure it out. Commit to your process and then go from there. But there's going to be risk, man. So many guys be telling me like, well, how can I do it when nothing's going to happen to me? Like, bro, there's no guarantees, man. Not in this life, not in this existence. There's no guarantees. No guarantees. Best case scenario, you walk away with a child. That's an amazing thing. Hey, worst case scenario, you waste a year and a half vetting someone, but then you find out that she's not the right one and you move on. That's what it is. That's what it is. So I did this video, what's up with coffee dates, right? And this is one I was reviewing a video that Austin Dunham did. Austin Dunham is a dating coach, young dude, very, is a handsome dude, and he's really good. He's having really good experiences with women. He used to be in Orlando. Now he's down in Miami, very successful. And his thing is, I'm going to teach you guys how to be successful with online dating, Bumble, Hinge, and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to show you guys how to be a digital Romeo and all this other kind of stuff. Okay, cool. He's just basically, hey, man, I'm going to show y'all what's up. He used to do a thing where guys would pay him to do a loyalty test with their girls. He's like, hey, man, do me a favor. I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars, slide into my girl's DM and see if she tries to get at you type thing. I don't know why guys do that. To me, that just blows my mind. Like, you want to check your girl's loyalty? Like, if you don't think she's loyal, why you with her? I ain't got to check nothing. Like, I'm like, I don't think, I'm moving on. There has to be something behind that. But anyway, these are some of the things that he has been known to do. So we got a comment on that video right here. Let's pull up the full screen so you guys can check this comment out. So this is Rank and File 444. And it's a lady, at least it's seems to be a lady, picture of a lady. And talking about coffee dates. So her comment is, men lean on coffee dates because they're dating at volume. It's the most efficient way to rotate multiple women through the same low effort format. Right? But intentional dating isn't about meeting everyone. It's about being selective about who actually gets your time, not just your money, in person. Not every conversation needs to become a meeting. Not every match deserves a slot on your calendar. Personally, I've never been asked on a coffee date. I'd never go on one. Right. So that was her comment. Shout out to her. Don DeMarco to her for taking the time to edit it and everything and send it to us. That's what's up. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely gonna send the link to this video so she can actually check this out. So sister, Rank and File 444, Rank and File 444. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'm definitely gonna send her, a reply to this as well and invite her to come join us. I would love to have a quick conversation because I'm looking at her picture. Let me go back to the full screen here. So, I click on the thumbnail and it shows a picture of me. Like, it's really hard to see, guys. Like, it's really small, but just looking at the picture, I'm like, okay, she looks cute. She looks fit. She looks younger. It's hard to tell with us. So it's like Rank plus File, like Rank and File 444. So I'm like, okay, cool. And that, to me, tells me a lot, right? Tells me a lot. Because when I look at that message, I'm like, okay, here's a woman that's talking about the men in her universe, right? The men in her bubble, right? Because she says, men lead on these coffee dates because they're dating a volume. So basically what she's saying, she's like, dudes be trying to do coffee dates because they're running rotations. Yeah, there's some truth to that. There's absolutely some truth to that. However, I would argue to Sister Rank and File that the vast majority of men are not running rotations. I would say, if I was to make up a percentage, I would say 80% of dudes, right? The bottom 80% of dudes, they don't have the skill set nor the resources to run a rotation and, take women out to these. Like, when they get the attention of a woman, their default is to invite her to the nicest place that they know, or the nicest place that they can afford. That's what they do, right? But the dudes in her universe, the guys that she's talking about, she knows they're running rotations because she's probably falling into the rotation herself. We got Brother Tez in the building. What's good, fam? Oh, thank you so much, man. Showing love with the $10 super chat. Hey, thank you, brother. I truly appreciate that, man. Thank you, because I know times are hard, y'all. Right? Times are hard, and it's getting harder out here. So $10 means a lot to me. Thank you so much, man. Casual fans in the building. What's good? How you feeling? How you feeling, man? Shout out. So when I see this, and again, Sister Rank and File, if you're watching this, sincerely, I really thank you for this message. I really do. And everyone who leaves comments, man, I really thank you guys for the comments. But she's talking about how dudes are dating at volume. And it's the most efficient way to rotate multiple women through the same low effort format. So, and what I would say to Sister Rank and File is, if you out here running women, like when I was running my rotation, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of effort. So the low effort part is probably referring to money, right? But it takes a lot of effort to run a rotation. It takes a lot of effort to stay in touch. Like it's women, especially when you meet women, you want to talk to women, you're trying to holler at them. Bro, you got to text now, you got to call, there's emails involved, there's FaceTime involved. Like it takes a lot of effort I mean, just to get them to whatever date is going to be it a coffee date, ice cream date. We're going to go, take a walk in the park or maybe do a hike or if you're going to take her someplace nice, it takes a lot of effort. But here I'm thinking when she says, low effort, she's referring to money because you're running a bunch of women and you want to keep your costs down. I think that's what she means. I'm going to invite her to come up. I hope she does it. I really do. But we'll probably be able to go back and forth via, messaging. But I would love to just talk to her. A lot of women, that's what that's the go-to. Just like, oh, the guy's being cheap. Right? When in fact, if a dude invites you for coffee or ice cream or something like that, he really wants an opportunity to get to know you. He really does want to holler at you. Now, it is cheaper to do it that way. But if you are a high value guy or you're a top tier guy with money, right? The best way to do it, especially if you're just running numbers and you're just trying to smash, is to take them out to eat. When I was doing my thing and I was, when I first came into some money, my default was to take them out to eat. When I first got to LA, meet a girl, whatever was happening, I want to ask her out for drinks. For me, it would be like drinks and appetizers. That was actually my go-to. First thing was in LA, it was like drinks and appetizers. When I first got to LA in the late 90s, meet some woman, she's cool. Hey, let's get together for drinks and appetizers. And I would almost always take her to the same place, right? I would take her to Trocadero's on Sunset, almost always. Trocadero's, I had people there. I knew the bouncers. I moved in and out of that joint like I owned the place. It was great. It really showed a lot of social status. Although I didn't know that at the time, like knowing now, like listening to all these dudes talk about it, I'm like, oh, I was really displaying social status because it could be a private party in Trocadero's and I'd just walk right in. They would let me in. Bouncer would let me in. Bartenders, manager, everybody like, what's up? What's up? D in the place. What's happening? What's happening? DL, what up? And introduce me to whoever's having a private party. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I got a story time for you guys.
Everybody sit down, please. It's story time. It's story time.
I'm walking down the street, Sunset. It's a Saturday afternoon, I think. It might have been during the week. I can't remember. Like the day, it doesn't matter. But it was late afternoon, like early evening. And I'm walking through. No, correct. I take that back. It was like right around noon. It was early. It was like middle afternoon, right? Around noon, something like that. And I'm surprised to see Trocadero open. Like, oh, Trocadero's open. Normally they're like cleaning and stuff like that. But it was like people hanging out, whatever, a couple cars out front. Oh, bouncers, right there. I'm walking by the bouncer, head nod right back to me. Like, what's happening? I walk right in. My man's working the bar. My man B, like, yo, B, what's happening? He was, like, yeah, what's happening, man? Boom, boom. And then like, I'm like, I'm surprised you guys are open this early. He's like, oh man, it's a private party. It's a bunch of women in there, right? It was a pregnant lady and a bunch of her friends, and they're all like hot Hollywood looking, like Hollywood Hills, Hollywood mom looking type women, right? And it was a baby shower, right? So it was a private party. And he was like, oh yeah, it's a baby shower, man. And this is it's his wife. And there's this dude sitting there with a trucker hat on, got this like long black curly hair, got on some jeans and a t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? Like the typical, cool kid outfit in LA, right? So he's like, yo, this my man DL right here. Like, yo, he's like, yo, D, this is Slash. Now, what's happening, man? We sit down, you know what I mean? Boom. And we're talking. I'm like, oh man, congratulations. Like, it's your first baby. You know what I mean? We're going back and forth. We're talking about that. Like, yeah, it's my wife, man, whatever. And I'm like, oh man, where you from, player? You know what I mean? He's like, where you from? Like, I'm from Cincinnati. I moved out here, back in 98. He's like, oh, okay, now I grew up here. I'm like, where? You grew up here? Like LA, like Hollywood or Cali? He was like, yeah, I grew up in California, So we going back and forth. The whole time we having the conversation, old boy's looking at me like, like the first part of the conversation was kind of looking at me. And then he's like, okay. And then like, we just get into this conversation. I'm like, so shit, bro, like, what do you do? He's like, I'm a musician, man. I'm just, just trying to, do the thing out here. Like, oh, for real. What you play? He's like, guitar. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, but I'm a proper musician. I play everything, but I'm probably known for that. Oh, okay. We going back and forth. And like, time is winding down. I had a couple drinks or whatever. By this time it's probably like 3:00 or something like that now. And everybody's about to go home. They leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool, man. I'm gonna holler at you, dude left. So my man B was like, what do you think about Slash? I'm like, Slash, he seemed like a cool dude, man. You know, what's up, man? You know, I'm happy for him. He's like, and my man realizes, like, yo, that's Slash, Guns N' Roses Slash. I'm like, oh, word? Like, that was dude? It was like, yeah, that's him. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. He was like, yeah, bro. And just to give you an idea, you know what I'm saying, of what you run into out there in LA, man. Just kind of, so this is the place I would bring women when I would go out. And like I said, I walk in there, I could go in the kitchen, I go in the back and do whatever. People come out to holler at me. It's a great place. We do some appetizers, right? We get drinks. And then, I mean, they always show me love on the tab. Like, always show me love on the tab. So for me, taking her out to Trocaderos was cheaper than taking her anywhere else. In fact, I would spend more on a coffee date had I taken her out to coffee. I'd have spent more on coffee than I would have, you know, with the discount and everything, taking her to Trocaderos. But, you know, when I see this, you know, all women say that, man, it's like the money. And here's another thing too, ladies. You're talking about dudes with the money, you know, if a guy got the bread and he's running his rotation, he can still take you somewhere nice. In fact, you know, because I'm a bit of a foodie. You know what I mean? I like nice restaurants. I like that whole vibe. You know what I'm saying? And so I would meet women, and I'll meet a woman. Let's say she's just like a regular person, just, you know, from a regular hood, just working a regular job, doing her thing. She's cute, and she want to go out somewhere. Man, I could take her to the Cheesecake Factory or to the Grand Lux. And the Grand Lux is just a cheesecake factory on steroids for those who don't know, like back in LA, and I think they're still in Vegas. The Grand Lux is just like a big cheesecake factory with a slightly different menu. You know what I mean? So I would take them somewhere like that. You know, like CPK. Let's go to see California Pizza Kitchen. Let's go to California Pizza Kitchen over here in Beverly Hills or someplace, Studio City or something like that. They wouldn't mind. Go to CPK and they're like, oh, they get something. And that really wasn't that expensive, to be honest with you. That wasn't that expensive. And it's not, and for them, they're like, oh, this dude, he doing it big. He a baller. He taking me over here to Grand Lux. I'll be laughing. Like, nah, I barely even eating here. What are you talking about? But to some women, that's like a come up. You got women out there who are used to McDonald's. You got women out there who are, you know, used to Sizzlers and stuff like that, man, Golden Corral. You know, like they think that's nice or whatever. And you got, you know, it's levels to it. So if you're dealing with a guy with real bread, like it ain't nothing for him to find some inexpensive restaurant or sit down spot to take you to. And that might blow your mind. And to him, that's like, for him, it's like going to Burger King. Like, this is nothing. And you know, he's still saving money. So if it's a guy who has money, he's running the game, like the low effort part, I think ladies kind of get that mixed up. It's like, look, sis. You know what I mean? It's like, look, sis, money ain't no thing to this dude. So be careful, ladies. That's why these top tier dudes and like the top 20 guys that y'all go after, that's why they have so much success. Because y'all, you know, y'all really aren't thinking about it. Like, here's a guy who goes to restaurants all the time. If you can get him to take you to a coffee shop, now you're getting him out of his norm. It's no longer a home field advantage for him. You got him somewhere else, like a neutral field. And you can really see what's up with him. You know, that's my take on that, bro. But let me catch up on the chats. But it's women always think because the guy's taking her out for ice cream or coffee or something like that, something that's like low investment, that is somehow a slight. And I would argue that it's not. I would argue that this guy really wants to get to know you, and he doesn't want to be caught up in the hustle and bustle of the restaurant and all that people around. And you know what I'm saying? He wants somewhere where y'all can actually talk and don't have to worry about dressing up and all this other kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And that's good, man. In Jersey, like, I've taken doctors, lawyers, and business women out for coffee dates, and they haven't balked facts. For me, it's about not getting stuck in a long date with someone when there's no chemistry. Yeah, I get that. And like, bro, and I ain't gonna lie to you, there was a time when I did worry about the money. I didn't have it like that. And I was running my rotation. Yeah, I thought about that. So I was taking girls to the Range because that was cheaper than dinner. If I took them out to eat, I took them to breakfast. Why? Because breakfast was the cheapest meal you could buy. Probably still is. I mean, I haven't run the numbers like that, but back in the day, I would, man, and I've said this before on this platform. There's one of the things I've always done. And if I were to get out here and start dating again, I would probably get back to it. Meet a woman, let's go have breakfast. Right. And there's two reasons I want to do that. First, that's the cheapest meal you're going to be able to buy, right? Take them to, and secondly, there's like 2 and 2A. I mean, it's like, first of all, it's cheapest meal, 1, and then 1A. Women don't complain. Like there's no high end, brand for breakfast, right? Most women don't know. I mean, there is, like there are like really expensive breakfast joints, right? Like there are that exists, but most women don't know that. Most women won't balk at you taking her to Bob Evans, right? She won't balk at you taking her to Cracker Barrel, or she won't balk at you taking her to IHOP. She won't. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. And it's like, you want to talk about low effort. You get a 2x2 by 2 by 2 by 2, and you happy with that. You know what I mean? All right. So I would take them to breakfast because it was cheap. And secondly, it was because it was early. So if it was a bad date, if it didn't go right, I still had the rest of my day. I didn't blow anything. I didn't miss nothing. Like this isn't, I can go ahead and blow 2 hours. Like from, I could take it to First Watch. Yeah, that's where I was taking lately. Like when I first moved here from LA, when I was out there messing around a little bit, I would take them to First Watch for breakfast. Right. It wasn't that expensive. They think it's, it's a little more, it's a step up from Denny's. Right. You take them to First Watch and it's breakfast. So you're there like 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock. All right. So you're sitting there and you eat and it's like, all right, I ain't feeling this date. It's over. I still got the rest of my day. And the opposite is true. You take them someplace like First Watch, you take them to breakfast, and you guys really hit it off. You got the whole day to do more stuff. It's like, oh, what do you got going on? Like, oh, today I'm free. Hey, let's go down to the museum. Hey, let's go take a walk. So you can have breakfast, and then that can turn into you guys taking a walk. Hey, let's walk some of this off. Like kind of holding hands, getting to know each other. You know what I mean? Doing that kind of thing, which turns into a light lunch. And then it's like, hey, what you doing tonight? Right? She's feeling it. She's like, yeah, well, I'll tell you what. We'll go home and then, let's get back together around 9:30. I know this really cool spot. They got spoken word, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh yeah, that's what's up. So, you had that first date, that breakfast date. It went really well. You wind up spending the majority of the day together. Then you end the night going to a cool spot, drinks, appetizers, maybe even dinner. At that point, I don't have a problem paying for dinner. Drinks, appetizers, maybe dinner, spoken word. And then, bro, you know how to end. You know how that night's going to end, right? You know how that night's going to end. Like, bam. Ain't even beyond the sex. It's like, man, she's cool. Like, y'all just spent a whole day together. And y'all, and you're going to want to talk, you're going to want to talk to her some more. So I don't, like, again, women, the way women see it is through the female lens, and they miss a lot because they don't understand, what it's like to handle it from the male side. Like, they don't know what it's like to pursue women. They don't know what it goes into to keeping women entertained, to make her laugh, to text back and forth and figure out how to get it to come out. They don't understand the game part. They just don't. You know what I'm saying? Casual fan, if she can't take you at your worst, then she doesn't deserve me at my best. That's a good point. That's a good point right there. Having multiple women is a very difficult job. It is, man. It tells to tell you, bro, like running a rotation, juggling women, keeping track of what's going on. Maybe it's easier with AI. Maybe you can get ChatGPT to spit out a spreadsheet for you and keep it all straight. You know what I mean? But back in the day, we ain't had no tech to handle us, man. We had to keep it on our own. So it's crazy, man. Casual fans, like within 30 seconds, you know whether you like a person or not. Coffee Day Store, a win-win. Yep, I don't lose anything and she doesn't lose anything. That's facts. That's a fact. There you go. Applebee's, Denny, TGI Fridays. Yeah, there's some women who think that's like upscale. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my hood rats. They think that's upscale, bro. You get 2 for $2 or whatever they serve in there. Don't you like you buy one or get something or whatever? I ain't been there in a long time, but yeah, that's a great little watering hole. It is what it is. Like I was broke, so it was movies or the park. Yeah, exactly, and not both. We gonna do one or the other. Back in the day, we gonna make this a blockbuster night. I was the same way, fam. But it's funny too. I was broke. That's the least money I had. But that's when I was at my peak running women. Like, bro, I had more women than I knew what to do with. And I was broke. There's a lot of times, like, when people say that, women do 50-50 dates or women will never take you out, they will, bro. They will take you out. If you are what they want, they will absolutely. They ain't got no, man, I can't tell you how many women be like, let's go out. Like, nah, I'm chilling. I'm making excuses not to go out. She's like, I'm treating. You took care of it them other times. I'm treating. Word? That. I'll drive then. You treating. You buy, I fly. It's all good, baby. I'll come pick you up. And again, because she wanted to see me. So, and I won't be mad at her. She took me on a coffee date neither. I mean, it is what it is. Like personally, I don't like lunch, dinner dates until the 5th or 7th day. Yeah, personally, I don't. Yeah. And Casual Fan is right, man. You want to wait, man. You want to build up to that. It's especially dinner, because dinner can be so expensive. You want to build up to that. And by that time, by the 7th date, you know her. Y'all kind of know what's up. Y'all dig each other a little bit, whatever. You enjoy her company. She enjoys your company. Okay, let's do dinner. And then when you do dinner, man, like, don't let her talk you into going to someplace crazy. Save that for something special, man. Like, do what you normally do. Like for me, it was, I'll meet a woman back in LA when I was doing well financially. It was nothing for me to take her to Chaconis or something like that, or EPLP. It was nothing for me to do that. That was nothing. You want to go to Grand Lux? You want to go to Ocean's Prime? No problem. It was nothing for me. That's what I normally did. But before I got into the FAA, man, I wasn't starting off with that. Because now you stuck there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you started with Chaconis, then next thing you know, right, you at Mr. Child, you know what I'm saying? And then you at, you whatever else, man. And it's like, you started at the top. You stuck up there. Start down here at the bottom, man. Give yourself some wiggle room. You can't go from taking a woman to the finest restaurants in your city to all of a sudden we going to Cheesecake Factory or something like that, or we going to TGI Fridays. Man, you can't, it don't, it's going to be a problem, right? It's going to be a problem. So work your way up. Don't try to, start at the top and work your way backwards. It just don't make any sense. All right. So, but yeah, man, like women, they look at it and it's just so, but it's just the way they look at it. Like, you're not spending any money on me. Like, baby, I don't know you. Why would I spend money on you? Hell, I didn't buy drinks for women until I was damn near my 30s. I'm like, I ain't buying no drinks. Me and my cousin be on that. Like, I ain't buying no drinks. Go, like, you don't buy me a drink? Nope. You buy me one, though. You don't ask Jay Swan next time you on here. We didn't do that. I had girls going over to get dudes to buy them drinks. Like, tell dude to buy you a Hennessy and bring that Hennessy over here. I was doing that. That's what I was doing in the mid 90s, all the way up to the late 90s, up until I went to LA. Then once I got to LA, man, I came into some bread. I'm like, oh, I guess I could buy some drinks now. It was nothing. Brother Casual was saying, there are so many places that I know I can take her, but I am not it's not going to reveal his exclusive spots to a female. It won't last. Exclusive spot, exclusive girl. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, you don't want to just, like your real hardcore spot, like you say, the honeycomb hideout, the exclusive spot. You don't want to start that with a stranger. You want her to work up to that then you can take it to like your real nice joints. Like, oh wow, I didn't know about this. Yeah, I didn't know you got down like this. Like, so many dudes in LA, like, I'm gonna take her to Yama Cheryl's on the first date. Like, why would you do that? Yama Cheryl's on the first date? That should be date number 7. And Yama Cheryl's is just like, used to be a mansion, used to be a privately owned mansion. They turned it into a restaurant. It's like up on the Hollywood Hills, like Japanese, like Asian fusion cuisine, real good stuff, man. It's not like of all the top tier restaurants, it's not like in the upper echelon, but it's like entry level to that. Like Yama Cheryl's is nice. It was really nice back in the late 90s. Now it's more like touristy or whatever. But it's cool. Like, you're gonna take her to Yama Cheryl's, word. You don't even know her last name? Okay. You know what I mean? Like, okay, if that's what you want to do. Yeah, I love Fuddruckers, man. They have the best chocolate malt, man. Love Fuddruckers. They went out of business. I think all the Fuddruckers are closed. There used to be a Fuddruckers in Miami. Right, not too far from Dolphin Mall, if I'm not mistaken. There was one over there. You know where that there was a regular mall close to Dolphin Mall. I forget what it's called. It's like between the two. Damn, what street was that? 130. I can't remember what street it was, man. But it used to be a Fuddruckers over there. Not too far from Doral. And I used to go over there all the time, man. I miss Fuddruckers, man. I get a cheeseburger with cheddar, fries, get double cheddar with fries. Man, they had Heinz 57 sauce. I was always put the Heinz 57 sauce on my burger with some ketchup. I get that chocolate malt, bro. Man, I miss that. Yeah, women do pick and choose, man. Sister Jody in the building. What's good, sis? Oop, wrong button. I be messing up my whatchamacallit. Messing up my sound panel. What's good, sis? You know what I mean? What's good? I'm glad you dropped by, sis. What? I hope you're doing all right. I haven't been able to see what you got going on your platform, but I will be over there to check out what's going on. I promise you. I just been, over here working on stuff, doing a lot of writing and, trying to map out 2026 with this platform. I'm trying to get big just to see if we can do it. Yeah, they do. Okay. It's like, no, they have one by Dolphin Mall. Yeah. Yes. The one next to Jimmy John. So it's still there. Cool. Because most of the Fuddruckers are like gone, bro. So it's still there. Because that Fuddruckers, I never went in there and there wasn't a lot of people. Never. I never went in there and there wasn't a lot of people. Next time I come down, bro, I'm going to that Fuddruckers. That, man, you talking about a good burger. Whoo, good burger, fries, and a nice malt. You know what I mean? So let's get back to the comment. Let's get back to Sister Rank and File. So and yeah, like, so I get it when women say, that the coffee date is low effort. It's not, but I get where they're coming from. She gets into intentionality and all that, like intentional dating and all that kind of stuff. Like, guys don't have the luxury. The average dude doesn't have this luxury to say I'm intentional. I'm intentional when it comes to dating. I'm only going to date her, this type of woman. The average dude, he's not getting any play. So again, you can see what type of men that Sister Rank and File is dealing with. She's dealing with the guys who have options. Most dudes don't have these options. You have to do the work to get to the point where you're getting these options, right? You got to do the work. Like, you got to work on your money. You got to work on your finances. You got to work on your fitness. You got to work on your social skill, right? You got to work on your appearance. It's like, there's certain things you got to do, like, just proper grooming, haircut, and all that kind of stuff. Get your beard, trimmed up, shaved up, right? There's a whole bunch you got to do. So guys the average dude can't just sit back and like, okay, he'll see Sister Rank and File roll in and she's fine, because you can look at her picture and tell she's fit right there. She's better than 75% of America. Between 70 and 75% of America is either obese or overweight. So like overweight or obese. She's not in that category. So she's a 1 in 4 woman. She's a 1 in 4 woman. And every dude that see her is going to want a gun at her. The guys who got the skills are going to want a gun at her, and the guys who don't are just going to sit there and try to figure it out. So guys don't have that option to be intentional when it comes to dating. Not the average dude, right? It's just because, for women, it's like, yeah, it's not about meeting everyone for women. I get that. But for guys, you got to cast a wide net. And again, going out for coffee or ice cream or smoothie or something like that makes sense to me. And this is why when I tell guys, like, when they're out here on the hunt, they're trying to figure out where to meet girls. And I'm like, bro, go to a yoga class. Go to a free yoga class, man. Find out where all the girls are talking about. Go to that yoga class, right? Go to like maybe some sort of martial arts like taekwondo or capoeira or something like that. Some real light martial arts, or go salsa. Go to like some dance event. It could be salsa, it could be ballroom dancing. It could be swing, right? Because there's a lot of people still into that swing dance, bro. Like, go there. These are the places you're going to see some women who are fit and fine, right? You got to go to the Comic Cons and stuff like that. But to do these things, you got to be gamed up. You got to know what you're doing. But like when you go to like a salsa class, you might pay $5 or it might be free. If you go to like the big salsa night, they'll almost always have a class before the night begins, and it's a free, dance lessons. go, and they pair you up. So right away, you paired up dancing with a woman, and they'll rotate, like everybody dances with everyone else. So now is your opportunity to show that you're safe, to show that you're funny, to show that you're socially in tune, to show that you're cool, you're reserved. That's your opportunity. That's your first impression. And then as the night goes on, those women are going to come up to you, especially if you know how to dance. And this is what I tell guys, like, look, like, go out here, forget about the coffee dates. Go out here and learn how to dance. Right? I don't care, bro. Go out here and go to one of these cowboy joints, learn how to boot scoot, do the cowboy cha-cha. If you black, you know how to do the electric slide. They do the electric slide in all these cowboy joints. You know what I'm saying? Go in there, get your little belt buckle and a cowboy hat going in there. I'm telling you, bro, y'all think I'm playing. Y'all think I'm playing. You're going to come out of there with something. You're going to come out of there with something. At the bare minimum, you're going to come out of there with new female associates who are going to tell their friends about you. Hey, we met this guy. He was at the, he came to the Cowboy Palace or whatever. He came to whatever, you know what I'm saying, joint it was. He was really cool. You should, be talking to that girl. Like, you should talk to him, girl. They're going to do the work for you. And when that happens and you offer to take her to coffee, she's going to be all over it because her friends done vouch for you already. Like, let's go get a smoothie. Let's go get some coffee. Talk about it and then make plans to go dance. Simple, easy. But a lot of guys just don't know this stuff. So men don't have, the ability to really be intentional if you just like the bottom 20 guy or the average guy. The top tier guys can. But the top tier guys, they got options. So why would they be intentional? They'll be intentional when they find a woman that they want. They'll be intentional with her, but everybody else, they just gonna smash. Right? So as far as being selective, the average guy don't have that opportunity to be selective like that. Right? And when she's talking about, like, she's talking about from a woman's perspective, like, oh, it's not about your money. Well, if it's not about my money, why can't we go get coffee? If it's not about the money, why can't we just go get some coffee? Why can't we go get a smoothie and get to know each other, have a conversation, walk in the park? Right? And not every conversation, needs to become a meeting. Fine. And again, these are just sentiments coming from a woman that makes sense to me. She has a ton of options. But when she's talking about the guys who also have options, that's what she's talking about. She's not talking about the average everyday dude. And then she ends by saying she'd never gone on a coffee date. She's like, no one's ever asked me on a coffee date, and I never go on a coffee date. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I'm not calling you a liar, sis, if you're watching, Sister Rank and File. I ain't calling you a liar. I'm just saying, I bet you whatever man is like that dude in her mind, right? If it could be like a Denzel in his prime, or Idris Elba or Lewis Hamilton or Brad Pitt or whoever, like whatever that dude is, if that guy walks up to her, right, looking like a G, you know what I'm saying, like got the suit on or whatever, like got on the proper clothes, right, wearing the cologne that she loves, a cologne she's never smelled before, like what is he smelling? Oh my God, hair looking good, dressed to impress, like to a T, like just his casual looking, just like perfect. And that guy, she bumps into him and he's gamed up. He sees in her eyes like, oh yeah, she's feeling me. And if that guy says, like, just gets into a cool little, quick little conversation, just keeps it chilly willy, talking to her on this conversation. And then he says, hey, what do you got going on right now? You busy? No, I got a little time. I know this really cool coffee joint just downstairs, just around the corner, just in the building there. I've been meaning to check it out. I was on my way there now. Would you like to join me? I'm ready to put any amount of money. She would say, yeah, I'll join you for that coffee right now. But in her mind, she's thinking, well, it's not a date. You know what I mean? We just bumped into each other. It's just random, right? So it's that, because you got to get into it. I've had this conversation with women, and like I don't do coffee dates. I've never gone on a coffee date, and I'm always like, cap. When I hear that, I'm like, I'm like, that is cap. I ain't never been on a coffee date as fine as you is, and the dudes you messing with, yes, you have. Don't play, girl. Don't play. Right. And then I get into the conversation with them. Right. And here's the thing. And Sister Rank and File, if you're watching, if I had $10 for every time a woman was sitting eating ice cream with me, or I don't drink coffee, but I'll get like a hot chocolate or something like that, like at a coffee shop, ice cream parlor, or walking around. If I had $10 for every woman that says, I don't do this, is the first time I've done this, I don't, whatever, I would have enough money to take her to Dirty French tonight. Sister Rank and File, real talk. If I had $10 for every time a woman said pretty much what you're saying, I would have enough money to take you to Dirty French in Miami tonight. Right? I would definitely have enough money to get we could get like the steak. We get the bone in. We could get the bone in and the dirty rice. I'm telling you guys, y'all know I'm in the restaurants. If you're ever in Miami and you got a couple dollars you want to spend, Dirty French is worth the trip. The ambiance is crazy, man. They give you this like 1970s motif, man. Like it's wild the way that they dress and the way the joint looks. It's like walking into the 70s, man. Really good service. Reservations can be tough to get, so make sure you book your reservations. I use Open Table, but you can use whatever. Or you can call them direct; they'll take care of you. Man, they got the best dirty. I think they call it dirty rice or brown rice. So good, bro. So good. But like I'm telling you, that meal is gonna cost you a couple dollars. You have to bring your coin purse, all right? So, and don't be going there on no first date. You know what I'm saying? Don't be going there on no first date, bro. But yeah, but women say this, but when they see the guy that they want, right? There are no rules for that guy. If he is the 1% dude, if he's the top of the top, the apex alpha dude, there are no rules for him. She gonna go wherever he say we going. That's gonna happen 99.9% of the time. So when, like I'm never gonna go on no coffee date. You're never gonna go on a coffee date with a random dude or a dude that you ain't really into. But if you went to that guy, man, he could take you anywhere. He could take you to a marbles competition. He could take you bowling. You know what I mean? You going because that's the guy you want to be with, right? 100%. So I was doing this, guys, and I decided to run it through ChatGPT. So I wanted to give you my take up front, but I ran this through ChatGPT just to see. You know what I mean? Just to see. And I'm just checking to make sure. Back to the chats. Hey, Brother Michael, like Saturdays is packed. I went with me and my cousin. Yeah, man. Next time I come down there, I'm glad you told me. I know exactly where it is. Been in there many a times. Next time I'm down in Miami, bro, I'm stopping there. I'm starting from Brickell to there on a Saturday. It'll probably take me 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get there. Without no real traffic. Any real traffic might take a little longer. To also make sure she doesn't have a hair hat, bro. Yeah, the hair hat thing. A lot of that, man, is really just fashion right now. I'm hoping it falls out of fashion a little bit, but women are still, putting the hair hats on. It is what it is. Bacha, merengue, salsa, especially down in Miami, bro. But anywhere, like if you can dance, whatever the dance is, like if I'm in the hood somewhere, if I'm in Atlanta or if I'm down, down in Miami, with black folks doing our thing, or back in Cincinnati or in LA south of the 10 freeway, and we partying, like I know how to move. And it's fun, when you dancing with someone, like she comes up, she's close to you, you hold your hand out, she grabs your hand, you can twirl her around a little bit. And a lot of the salsa moves I'll infuse it to like our urban dance. And it's funny too, because a lot of the young women, like they're having fun and you get them to move, teaching them how to move around and kind of move in a central way. And then what do they do? What do they always do? I hate when they do this. They turn around, they back up against you, and they start twerking. And I'm always stopping them, like, come on. And I'll whisper in their ear, like, look, babe, you ain't got to do that. Just feel the vibe, babe. We just vibe. You don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see what you got. Love. That's all right. But just let me see you move right now. Right? I mean, you got to kind of talk to them, and that's game too. That's game, because you're actually pushing them away, and they're not used to that. Like, dad, he ain't even gonna let me. He ain't gonna grind on my booty. Like, nah, baby, that's, you know what I'm saying? You just knocked yourself down a couple notches in my eyes. First it was doing real good, and all of a sudden you turn around and start twerking. That's not how you do that. So now you're teaching her something. But I'm telling you, man, learn to dance, man. That will learn to dance. Like I keep telling y'all, be good at something. If you're good at dancing, or you're a good musician, or you can sing, them things really help. Say ask for the number after dancing with them. Not right away. Not right away. So the way, that's a good question, bro. That's a good question. So the way you want to do it, like you dance with them, and it was a cool dance. Thank them for the dance. You know what I'll normally do? I'll thank him. I'll get right up, close to their ear, like thank you for that. I'm gonna come up with a little pet name. Thank you. I really appreciate that dance, love. Thank you. Right. Sometimes I'll stop and clap my hands like this. You know what I'm saying? I'll clap. And then I'll go back to wherever I was. I go back to the bar, go back to my table or whatever. Right. Wait a while. Another song will come up. Go back out to the dance floor. She'll see you. She'll come back up to you and want to dance some more. So the second time you dance with her, then ask for her number or her socials, whatever, however you do it. These days, I don't even ask for numbers. I'll ask for her social media, like, yo, yeah, like you on Instagram. And a lot of the time, I'm gonna say 75% of the time, the women will take my phone and pull up her Instagram account, right? And then I'll, accept the request right away. And then she'll text me her number. Like she'll DM me her number. Right. So you could tell when they do that, they really want you to be able to get a hold of them. But I wouldn't necessarily do it on the first dance. But again, every situation is different, man. You got to gauge what's going on around you. Like, like what's happening. What time is it? Like, is the joint almost over? Is this like one of maybe the last songs of the night? And if it is, yeah, you're going to have to try to get her information. Like I said, because my thing would be like, if it's close to the end of the night, I'm dancing with her, it's all cool. I'm like, hey, what you doing after this? Like, any good after hours or something like that? And then they'll probably say like, no, I don't normally go out like that. I just dance. I don't do anything else. Like, oh, cool. Well, can I get your Instagram or your number or something? Like you say it like that. And then they'll give you the Instagram or the number, or whatever, you'll know. Right. So it depends. But if it's just, you get a chance to dance with her, the night's still young, I wouldn't try to get the number after the first dance. I would go out and dance with her a second time and get her number then. Right. So definitely, if you got any questions about that, bro, like how to approach and how to move, we can do a show about it. You know what I'm saying? We can do a show about it, but I will definitely take my time. Right. Remember, you want to walk down the hill. You don't want to run down the hill and smash one. You want to walk down the hill and smash them all. That's what it boils down to. But take your time. And in this last little bit, and then I'll move on. You don't even necessarily have to get the second dance. Like you can see her, like you do your thing in the left, you see her, you could walk up to her, like, and you can say, hey, how you doing? Like, I forgot to get your name, something like that. And she'll like, oh, my name is Maria or whatever. And y'all talking back and forth. And once that happens, then, go ahead and get the social media or the phone number. So you can see like it's different ways to approach that. Back in the day when I was young, I was always give me your number. We would grab them. When they walk by, we would just grab them. Don't do that. Don't do that. Them days are over. Don't do that. But yeah, that was a good question, man. It's like Smash, aka Recreational Use Department. Hey man, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Brother Couch is like another thing too, men will wait longer than date. They are in no rush. Yeah. Yeah. Man, I mean, a lot of dudes, especially like the dudes who the top tier guys who are just straight hounds, they ain't waiting, man. They smashing. It's like everything they do is like, yo, they get them to the crib, straight to the crib. If the women ain't talking about smashing, they kicking them out the house, they calling somebody else over. That's definitely a thing. There was a time when I was like that. Like, I meet them, bring them to the crib. We trying to smash. Oh, they get to the house and get comfortable. This is right before I left Cincinnati. Like we had a really nice place. We'll bring them back to the crib and they get comfortable. And now they don't want to do nothing because they trying to stay up in here. And it's like, nah, you got to go. That's that was just how we got down, bro. We was running numbers. And then as I got older and I moved, like I got to LA, my thing was, I knew before I brought her home, she was going to do something. I was taking my time. I knew about, it's like, I wasn't in no rush to get to the crib. I had it to the point where she was asking me, what am I doing? Oh, I'm about to go home. Like, well, I think I live close to you. You mind if I ride with you? That kind of stuff before Uber. You know what I mean? So they'll let you know if they want to come to the crib. And you just kind of tell them, like, are you trying to come to the house? Like, well, you're such a gentleman. Like, come on now, girl. That's when that's when you slide your hand down. You kind of, you know what I'm saying, kind of play with that butt a little bit. Like, I may be a gentleman, but come on, girl, look at this. I already tried to put it on me. She started laughing. You so silly. Let's go. All right, let me get the Uber. Tell your friends we're leaving. Let me get the Uber. So patience is definitely a virtue in that sense, man. It's gonna help you. Like if you just rushing trying to hit, she gonna realize it's gonna mess it up. Like you just make one move that's too aggressive, and she'll get cold on you, bro, and it's over. I made that mistake more than a few times in my travels. So I want to pull up this video. I want to pull up this information. So I put ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT and I just asked a question about, why women don't like guys to take them on coffee dates or whatever. So this is Chat's response. Why some women claim they don't go on coffee dates. Number one, coffee can signal low investment, right? We already talked about that. That's what Lil Shush was talking about, right? Who sent the message, right? In modern dating culture, a coffee date is widely perceived as cheap, quick, low effort, easy to exit. This is how women tend to see this, according to ChatGPT. I don't want to feel like I'm being casually screened or treated as low priority. Whether that's the interpretation, whether that interpretation is fair or not, that's often the emotional logic behind it. And this is the first thing we heard. You know what I mean? That's the first thing we heard. So, as you can see, ChatGPT is scouring the internet and is giving us number one, the coffee date can seem, low investment. When in fact, it's not necessarily low investment. But number two, it's a status and self-worth issue. And I get that. A lot of women like, look, I know I look good. I know I have a lot of people trying to holler at me. I got to put on my makeup, got to wear my nice clothes, this and that. And you trying to just take me out to coffee? Right? They're like, I'm better than that. I'm bigger than that. And I get, I understand. I accept it. So dating has become heavily tied to identity and perceived value. Saying I don't do coffee dates can sometimes be shorthand for I expect intentional effort. I don't accept minimum courtship. I don't want a transactional vibe. It's less about beverages and more about framing. Yeah. And they might even try that with a guy that they're really into. Like it's a guy like, you meet the cut, you drive a certain type of car, you have a certain type of, job or title, the right people, but you're not that apex alpha dude that I'm looking for. So she'll cross her arms and turn her lips up. I'm like, okay, cool. Right. Number three, social media and dating narratives. Online dating advice and social media have amplified certain ideas. If he really likes you, he'll plan something proper. That's true. We've seen how many videos on that. Coffee dates mean he's not serious. We've seen a ton of videos and articles on that. Don't accept low effort dates. Many people repeat these scripts without deeply analyzing them. And that's what we're doing right now. Right? So this is why ChatGPT, shout out to Brandon Carter. Brandon Carter got me using ChatGPT for everything. I'm about to switch over. It's another AI that I want to use. Was it Claude? My homeboy was telling me, like, it's one of my Hollywood cats. He was like, nah, bro, you got to jump on this. So I'm about to start working with that as well. Hey guys, real talk, just a quick sidebar. AI is here. It ain't going nowhere. It's taking over, and it's just a matter of time. Some say it might be 3 to 5 years. Some say it's 3 to 6 months. It's time to start learning. Start learning how to augment this tool and this technology into your everyday life. Get used to this. Learn how to work this. Learn how to identify this, because it's here, guys, and it ain't going nowhere. So number 4, emotional experiences matter more than cost, right? We're talking about women, right? Ironically, plenty of women enjoy relaxed, casual meetups. They do. Well, that, you know what? That's crazy. that is crazy. Shout out. That's a Don DeMarco to ChatGPT. They do. They absolutely do. Damn, what am I doing wrong? Here we go. Shout out to Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco.
Plenty of women enjoy relaxed, casual meetups. They do. They always have. But when you go back to social media and dating narratives, it's kind of jacked up what women really like. Hey, let's just go do some yoga. Let's go take a walk in the park. She's like, cool, I ain't got to go put on all my makeup. Right? I can dress down. I ain't got to look out good. I ain't got to put the Spanx on or whatever. You know what I mean? Or whatever she's dealing with. Like Brother Michael said, I ain't got to put on the hair hat. Right? I can just pull it back in the ponytail, put a cap on, man, and keep it pushing. That's so funny. So number 4, ironically, plenty of women enjoy relaxed, casual meetups. What they often resist is the feeling of being one of many options, a low-risk test subject in a rushed interaction. And boom, number 1, old girl. That's what old girl in the comment was. She was like, you know, the low risk, like one of many options. Remember, she was saying, oh, these guys, they're using it because they're running numbers. So I don't want to feel like I'm one of many options. I mean, the guy could take you to, you know, Joffrey's in Malibu, if it's still standing. I don't know if it got burned down or not, or take you to Soho, and you can still be one of many, right? But it's all about feelings. That's another thing too. If a dude's got money like that and he knows the restaurant world like that, bro, he could take you anywhere. And you thinking, oh, I'm so special because you took me to this place I never heard of. And he's like, baby, he done brought 10 women in there in 3 days. But that's the thing, the feelings part. That's 100% right, man. Chat got that right. The type of men women do accept coffee dates from. Like, I talked about that, right? What did I say? I'm like, hey, man, if you are the apex alpha dude, you are the guy that she has always dreamed of. She is absolutely 100% going on a coffee date, going to get ice cream, going for a run, going to Runyon Canyon. She's doing all that. Whatever you ask, she's doing it. She's doing it. Right? Brother Cash, like, can you do a show how to approach what to say? Anything will be helpful. Absolutely. I can absolutely do that for you, fam. When do you want to do that show? Because what's today? Today's Tuesday. Let's do it Thursday. Let's do a show. Let's do that Thursday. Because Brother Pitney wants me to do a follow-up show. Remember that show I did, guys, about the woman who had the perfect guy who she was engaged to, and she just decided to call off the engagement and move out? Remember that show I did? Brother Pitney's like, hey, man, because I said I was going to do a follow-up to it, and I found the video that I actually want to follow up with that. So tomorrow we're going to do that. It's going to be the follow-up of how the woman could leave the perfect guy, the guy who did nothing wrong, leave him at the altar because she just changed her mind. So we'll do that show, Brother Casual. We'll do that show on Thursday. Tomorrow we're going to do the show about the woman who just left the engagement. And then Thursday, we'll do your show. Don't let me forget. Hit me up on, if you're on Instagram, do me a favor, hit me up. Don't let me forget. The makeup, AKA war paint. Hey, man, look, I love women with just a natural look. I love women with just a natural look, man. I tell women all the time, like, this is why I like to do, like physical activity stuff. I know she's going to sweat or go swimming because she can't wear too much makeup. And I tell women all the time, like, I don't care. You might have a little bit of acne or something like that. I don't care about that, girl. You fine. Like, you fine. Hey, my pleasure, brother. My pleasure. We'll definitely do it. And get some questions ready for me, man. We'll do the show. And it's whatever you want to ask me, man. Give me those questions. If you can give me those questions in advance, like hit me up on Instagram, or you can even email them to me. I'll put my email in here. You can email me whatever questions you have or scenarios or whatever. You don't have to, but if you want to, it just makes it easier. I'll be able to get you some well thought out shit. But man, I'm here to tell you, man, I got a lot of time in the trenches, bro. So I have a lot of different techniques, and we'll cover all of them. So, but let's get back to the type of men women do accept coffee dates from. Like this is, and then this is again, this is Chat GPT, guys. This is Chat GPT. This is where this information came from. And Chat says this is where things get interesting. Women absolutely agree to coffee dates, just not under the same psychological conditions. Number one, men they already like or feel comfortable with. Okay, that makes sense. If there's a pre-existing interest or familiarity, friend of a friend. Remember what I said about the girls at the cowboy joint telling their friends to date you? Friend of a friend, someone from work, social circle, yes. Good conversational chemistry online, yes. That's hard to do though, guys. That's really hard to do. The good conversational, like texting, that's really hard to do. But there's guys who have mastered that. Yeah, there's guys who have mastered that. Austin Dunham is one of those dudes. He's really good at that. Coffee feels natural, not cheap. Why? Because attraction or trust is already present. Investment concern drops. That makes sense. If she already knows you via friend or family, like, hey, because she believes she knows you because someone they trust is vouching for you. So like, oh, this is a good guy. I'm going to go out with this guy. Yeah, let's go get some coffee. Right? Because that's how that works. Hey, so-and-so's trying to hook us up. Yeah, I want you guys to go get some coffee. I want you guys to go get some ice cream. I want you guys to go do whatever, right? Right? They're not even expecting a high-end date. They're just expecting, let's just meet up and see what's going on, right? So that makes sense. Someone from work or their social circle, yeah. I tell you guys all the time, man, do not date women you work with. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not women that you directly work with. Do not do it, right? But if you're going to do it, be very, very careful. I did a video on a Red Pill Lens about it. I did a video about that on a Red Pill Lens. And even Dose of Game, we talked about that the other day. Dose of Game was talking about how to date women you work with. Y'all remember that? So just be careful, man. I say don't do it. Social circle, that's cool. That's definitely that's what you want to do. Michael Certain, Men of Action, I mean, that's his thing. That social circle thing, that works, bro. I'm here to tell you that works. Like the good conversational chemistry online, I'm good if I can talk to you. You know, if I can just get you on the phone, we're going to have a good conversation. I'm going to make you laugh. We could do a FaceTime or whatever. But it's really hard for me to do my thing via text because you just don't know when they're going to see it. You don't know what mood they're in when they do see it, how long it's going to take them to respond, if they respond at all. So something like that, guys, if you have questions about, you know, that text game, I'm not necessarily the dude to talk to on that. Because my whole thing is I'll just tell her, like, we're texting back and forth, and I'm like, hey, I'll just call her on the platform. If we're DMing back and forth on Instagram, I'll just call her on Instagram. And normally, like 85% of the time, she's going to pick up. And then if she doesn't pick up, it's like, hey, I'm driving, you know what I mean? And then they'll call you back or whatever. Because sometimes they got to turn the app on. They're like, oh, I like to get it, like, let's talk. I want it in the moment. So I could be witty. I could go to my strong suit. Y'all know Uncle Saint's a stand-up comic. So to me, it's like, I'm just going to run a quick little routine. That's I want this particular battle to be fought, you know what I mean, on my territory. And I'm just not that good at the texting thing. I'm okay. If I'm texting somebody, I'm just trying to bang, then I don't care. I'm sending just crazy stuff. I don't care. But if it's someone I'm really trying to get to know, someone I'm trying to date, I need to talk to them. So that's me. But, you know, it says if you can do that good conversational chemistry online, then she'll more than likely be more apt to go on a coffee date with you because, like, you know, the trust is already there. Number 2, men perceived as high value or busy. Remember I said that the alpha of the apex alpha guy. Coffee becomes acceptable when interpreted as efficient, practical, confident. Let's meet quickly and see if we vibe. Who says stuff like that? People who are making tons of money. People who, like, bro, they don't have a lot of time. So, and if she's dealing with that guy, like, oh, this guy's like the, you know, president or vice president of this bank or this corporation, or this is the head, this is like the founding partner of this law firm. She's not going to turn him down if he asks for a coffee date. Right? She's not going to do it. She's not going to do it. If you're in LA somewhere and you know, like, this guy's the president of media something for Paramount Pictures, yeah, he ain't got a lot of time. She knows that. So she'll jump on that opportunity to go have coffee. So if you are that dude, they already know, like, yeah, basically they're like, this guy's time is more valuable than mine. So they will go out and they will do that. You know what I'm saying? Man, Drill's in the building. What's good, fam? Yeah, spending more than $50 on the first day is irresponsible. And you taking them to Starbucks these days, you might get the $50, bro. Couple coffees and like a scone or something, you might get the $50. But he's right. He's right. $50 is way too much, in my opinion. Now there are guys out there who don't care that $50 ain't nothing, but it's the principle as far as I'm concerned. So men with perceived high value or busy, women will go on a coffee date with those guys. Number 3, men who frame it correctly, right? Delivery matters enormously. Facts. This is why I don't like to do the text thing. And this is why I want to get out of the DMs as soon as possible, because I do a better job framing verbally. All right. So chat goes on and says, compare. You got an X here. Let's just grab coffee or whatever. Don't frame it that way. Don't pitch it that way. Let's go get your coffee or whatever. That is low value. That's like, you really don't care. It's like, I'm doing you a favor. Oh, let's just go get coffee or whatever. That's not how you want to do it. Right. Let's meet for coffee, low pressure, good conversation. See if we click. That's better. Right. Or the example I used earlier today. Hey, I just heard about this real cool coffee spot around the corner. Right, they're supposed to have live music. I think I've been meaning to check it out. I was on my way there now. You should join me. Let's go right now. That type stuff. Let's just go around the corner. It's right here. It's a cool little joint. It was like, I heard about this coffee thing. They got not open mic, but they got spoken word tonight. They have so-and-so showing up tonight. Or they got, just something cool. Like, like it's very, very artsy. I'm going to this joint. There used to be a place on Santa Monica in LA. This place was called Lucy Florence. Lucy Florence. It was owned and run by twins. They were black guys. They were older, identical twins, and they named the spot after their mom. And it started out as just a coffee spot where they did spoken word, and then it grew. It really grew. It grew into it took up like almost a half a block, quarter of a block. It grew. It grew from just spoken word to they were doing it was like the community playhouse. They were doing stuff. And actually they got bought out. Gentrification came and they got kicked out, and they wound up having to go from Santa Monica all the way down to Leimert Park. If anybody, from LA know these areas, that was a big tumble. And I don't know if they were even able to keep the doors open in Leimert Park because they lost, that Hollywood crowd was not going south of the 10. They weren't doing it. But it was a coffee shop at first. And I went in there, coffee shop. You would walk through the coffee shop and it would open up into this, just like a hall, like a stage room or something like that, like a small auditorium. And they had risers, and then they had a small stage. And bro, I saw Malcolm Jamal Warner in there performing, God rest the dead. I saw some of the best comics in America come through there. That's the first time I ever saw Tyra Banks. When she had her, this is right before she got her TV show. This is when she was still Victoria's Secret model, Tyra Banks. And I'm here to tell you, I got to do a close-up. Little shorty was beautiful. Tyra Banks was absolutely stunning. I had no idea. The stuff that you saw in print, the stuff that you saw in the movies did her no justice, man. She was beautiful. All right, let's get back to this. She was beautiful. But I saw her always be, A-list celebs in there, B-list celebs in there. But it was a coffee shop. It was a coffee shop that turned into this big spoken word thing, this real artsy-fartsy joint. I was in there a lot. I was in there until they got kicked out. And I went down to Leimert Park once to see them, like what they were doing. I never went back down there. But yeah, so it goes into number 4 about, the type of men that women will accept coffee dates from. Men they are curious but unsure about. So these are the dudes that he might not be the apex guy, the apex alpha, but he might be right up under him. Like a legit high value man. They kind of curious about this dude. Let's see what's up with this dude, but they ain't quite sure about him. Like coffee is the ideal low risk filter when attraction is unclear, safety slant comfort is still being evaluated. She doesn't want a long evening commitment, right? And those 3 points are absolutely right. Coffee works when uncertainty is high, but interest isn't zero. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, little shorty said she's never been on a coffee date. I'm like, I don't know. Like, are you sure? And I know for a fact that, like, if you're the right dude, women will go. We're just, again, ChatGPT is giving us some good information. The underlying dynamic most people miss: coffee dates are not inherently good or bad. They are certainly management tools, right? For real. And that's it. That's facts. High attraction slant high excitement equals longer immersive dates. Uncertainty slant caution equals shorter flexible dates. Women aren't reacting to coffee. They're reacting to what they believe the invitation implies. And that's 100%. They're not mad because you're taking them out of coffee. They're just mad because they think that maybe you believe they're low value or you're not high value enough for her. A counterintuitive reality: many strong, confident, socially calibrated men successfully use coffee dates because they don't overinvest early. They reduce pressure. They treat first meetings as mutual evaluations. When confidence is genuine, coffee doesn't feel cheap. It feels grounded. That right there, guys, that right there should be a takeaway. That right there should be your takeaway. This is why, especially in the red pill spaces over here in the Mantle Swamp, man, we tell you gotta be confident, man. You have to be confident. Confidence trumps all. You gotta be confident. You gotta do the work, man. You gotta get your body together, get your money up and all that stuff. But like I keep saying, none of those things on their own is gonna guarantee you success, but confidence will. Confidence absolutely will. Casual fan, bro, I'm here to tell you, confidence is what's going to carry the day 85% of the time. It doesn't even matter what you say, like pickup lines, you know, you're going to run this day game, doggy game, cold approach, whatever. It's the confidence, the way you approach and the way you walk away. If she shoots you down, you still walk away with your head up. Trust me, the other women are watching. They're watching you walk away. And it's that confidence that they're drawn to. Confidence. So if anybody watching this video, man, I'm just telling you that confidence is key. Right? You know, man, Joe's back to that $50 thing. You're right, man. You don't know each other. Why would you spend a ton of money on a date and neither one of you, on a date and neither of you know if you even like each other? You know, you do it because that's the way we've been programmed to do it. But that last part right here, man, like chat summed it up. This is so perfect, man. Many strong, confident, socially calibrated men successfully use coffee dates because they don't over invest early. That's what Mandrell's talking about. They reduce pressure. They treat first meetings as a mutual evaluation. When confidence is genuine, coffee doesn't feel cheap. It feels grounded. I mean, that right there says it all. That's it. That right there says it all. I think I'm gonna work on. I think this is gonna be my next ebook. And for those guys who are out there buying my ebooks, the one theme I'm starting to hear is like, hey man, we wanted more. Like the ebooks are good, but we just wanted more. It was like you're planting a seed, but we want more. So I'm about to do that. I'm about to continue on, and I'm gonna recover some of those topics, and I'm gonna give you more. So I hear you, and I'm going to deliver, right? And so that's what I like. So anybody who checks out the ebooks, man, let me pull up. Let's pull it up, right? Let's pull up the Gumroad. All right, so here's the Gumroad account, man. Let's pull this up again. Bam, there it is. So here are the ebooks, guys. Here's the Gumroad account. All you got to do is type in dlsaint.gumroad.com. It'll take you right to the page, man, and what we're having to offer. So what I'm going to do is, and I like the, don't get me wrong, like all these ebooks are like 10 pages ish. It's real simple to the point. You just kind of planting a seed. But what I'm going to do is go back and then we're going to like really get into it. So I probably won't start with hypergamy, but I'm going to go back. I'm going to go into the 80-20 rule, probably blend that in with hitting the wall in the dating game, and probably the challenge of modern women. What I'm going to do is make an extended version. So I'll put that out. So you do the ebook and it's like, man, I like this. I want a little bit more, Saint. And then I'll have a second grouping of books that'll give you more that we'll kind of, dig in on there. And then talking to the brother casual fan, I'm definitely going to get a book on approaching. Like, everyone talks about code approach and all that kind of stuff and, how to approach women and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do that, like breaking the ice, like a code approach 101. Not sure what I'm going to call it yet, but I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to do a short version and then I'm going to do a more in-depth deep dive version. So, and then of course, if you guys thinking about getting into comedy, stand-up comedy or writing or something like that, definitely check out these ebooks. And with these books, if there's something like you read these books, it's like, man, I got a lot of questions. Write your questions down. Whatever it is you're thinking about the entertainment business or whatever, and then hit me up, email me or come on the show or whatever, put it in the chat. And what I'll do is I'll just set up, like we'll do something, man. We'll like not on camera for everyone to see. It won't be public, but what I'll do is, especially if you bought one of these ebooks, I'll give you 15 minutes, bro. Well, you get to pick my mind. I'll jump on there and me and you will just, whoever you are, we'll just chat it up for 15 minutes, right? I'll just throw in the coaching. Like it's 15 minutes. If you buy one of these books, I'll give you some 15 minutes on any of these topics. Style, attraction, like the style and fashion books, man, I'm telling you, this is just to plant the seeds to kind of get you guys going. And then I'm definitely I think I'm gonna do another, maybe 2 books, one on style, one on fashion. I guess I'm gonna combine it. It'll be a deeper dive into what I mean. Networking 101 and finance 101, same thing. Like check out these books. It plants the seeds, and then we'll kind of go in. We'll go from there. Surviving a financial downturn. This series, man, these books, I'm telling you, man, check them out. It'll definitely get you thinking. And we're here, man. Like the financial downturn is here, man. Like that financial storm, right? That hurricane is here. The outer bands are hitting us right now, right? Look at people losing their job. Look at what UPS is doing right now. Look at what AI is doing to the white collar field. Like people who are like entry level are getting decimated by AI right now. Why? Because AI can do their job. And AI, like Brandon Carter says, AI is the worst it's ever going to be right now today. This is the worst it's going to be. This is why you got to jump on it and start getting ready for this future. So definitely guys, start looking at these, these chat bots and these, learn how to incorporate AI into whatever you're doing every day. Because if you don't now, it might be too late later. So anyway, that's it, man. That's all we got, bro. I wanted to talk about that. Shout out to sis. I don't forget her. I don't forgot her handle just that fast, but let me pull it up online because I want to give her a shout out for sending that. No, it's not the videos. The coffee date. Boom. I forgot her handle. And here it is. Rank and File 444. Rank and File 444. Sis, if you're watching this, thank you so much for that comment. It it sparked the whole show. It sparked the whole show. But yeah. Fellas, just so you know, ladies are not adverse to coffee dates. It's not like they hate coffee dates. ChatGPT gave us a real good answer as to why they seem to be leery about it. If you do the work, you become that guy. If you become a top tier man, a high value man, a top tier dude, and your game is on point, she will absolutely love to join you for coffee. She just doesn't want to feel cheap. She just doesn't want to feel that you're just running her through the rotation. She just doesn't want to feel like you're interviewing her and you're better than her. That's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to, man. So the game doesn't change. You hear what they're saying, but don't worry about it. Become the best version of yourself. Get your confidence up. Get your money right. And bro, these women will come. These women will come. Link for the ebook. Yeah, I'll give you a link for the ebook right now. Right. So all you got to do is go here, copy, and basically go through and see what you like. Go through and see what you like. That link should come right up. I hope it comes up. See what you like. And then check it out. And I will have your email. I'll see that you got one. I will email you once, if you do get one, and I appreciate you if you do. That's the best way to support the channel, actually. I will definitely email you. You let me know what you think. Be honest with me, brother. Like, Brother Casual, if you jump on, you get a book, be honest with me. But like I said, you're gonna get a 15-minute session with me. If you get one of my ebooks, we'll set up a time. We'll do a quick voice call, 15 minutes. And bro, I'll just give you a taste of the coaching that we offer over here. And I appreciate it if you can do that, man. So the link is in there. Let me see if it came through. Yep, there it is in the chat, man. Just hit that link, jump over there, jump on what you like. And I tell you what, Brother Casual, if you see a few books that you want, right? Like if you buy a couple, bro, let's see, if you buy two, I'll throw in two. I'll throw in at least 2 books, and I'll give you the 15-minute coaching session, just because we're just getting started. I haven't had time to do my bundles and stuff like that. I'm gonna do bundles. And Brother Ian's out there. He's bought one of my books already. I already told him. You can ask him. I think I sent him a couple, but he didn't even ask. I just sent him a couple books. There's some things I wanted him to read. And we haven't scheduled our time yet. Brother Ian, if you're out there, Ian Simmons, man, we got to schedule that time to do that coaching session, bro. And like I said, there's no time limit. You bought the book. I'm just, you want to do it before I kick the dirt, bro. Before they put me in the ground. I can't. Once I'm gone, I can't come back. I don't think. So appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for rocking out with me, man. This was cool. This was cool. And I'm going to end again with Brother Lost in Translation. I'm gonna find one of his songs, man. I like rocking out with his tunes, man. I really do. I'm just gotta produce my own stuff, y'all. So y'all know I'm moving a little bit slow. You have a good night as well. Shout out to everybody, man. Brother Manager, everybody who was in here, man. We had Tez in here, bro. Brother Michael in here, bro. If there's anybody I missed, I'm so sorry. But I'm just looking for Lost in Translation. We're gonna end with his video, man. That's another thing too. Definitely check out Lost in Translation YouTube channel, man. That his music. If you got you got somebody coming to the crib, bro. I'm telling you, man. You just put together a playlist of the music, and you can just play it on the TV, man, because he got real good art to go with it. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, come back home. Let's see. He got a lot of views on this one. He's got Come Back Home. So we're gonna rock out with Come Back Home. Is it up there? Yeah, there it is. So we're gonna rock out with Come Back Home. This is Lost in Translation, guys. I hope you.
You used to hold me. Yeah. You used to hold me like I was chosen, like I was heaven in your hands. I was out there chasing flawless when I already had my man. You brought peace peace into my chaos. I brought thunder to your door. You were building something sacred. Baby, I just wanted more. How you held my heart like it was made of glass, and I held yours like it would always last. Come back home. Come back home. I was wrong. I was so wrong. You were loving it steady all along. Come back home. Come back home. Don't you leave me alone. I don't want nobody else. Baby, you're my home. I see it now. Come back. Don't go. I don't need perfect. I just need you. I don't need pride. I just need come back home. Come back home. Come back home. Come back home. I was wrong. I was so wrong. You were loving me still. Come back home. Come back home. Don't you leave me alone. I don't want nobody else. Baby, you're my home. I see it now. Come back. Come back. Come back. I don't need perfect. I just need you. I don't need pride. I just need back
Man, damn. That's all I got to say. Damn. Shout out to Lost in Translation, man. He's in the chat, man. This is the end of the show, man. I appreciate you. Brother Pence in the building, man. What's happening, man? Like, sorry, we at the end. We at the end. Wow. Hey, make sure, fellas, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody, you know what I'm saying, hoolums and angels, make sure y'all go over there and support this brother. Lost in Translation Podcast. Go over there, subscribe, turn on his music and vibe. You hear me? It's I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It gets me calm. His music gets me calm, bro. Sometimes I need it, bro. I be out there hurt somebody, bro. You see, I can't talk right now. It be getting me calm, bro. So anyway, we are done, man. Thank you so much, Brother Prince, man. Thanks for showing up, man. We out. We'll be back tomorrow, though. Tomorrow we're gonna be talking about how some women just walk away, man, leave you at the altar, man. And what can you do about it? Nothing. You know what I mean? But check it out, Team Replay, man. I appreciate y'all, bro. It is what it is. I'm DL Saint. I'm out of here. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.
Thanks for watching. Really appreciate your support. And if you like that video, check out this one or maybe that one. We'll see you around. Peace.